Welcome, scholars! I am DJ Sophia, the youngest in charge. We get ready to have some fun today, though. We on the warm-up right now. Do remember to check me out on Instagram, on any social media, at DJ Sophia Rocks, DJ SOPHIA ROCKS. We get ready to have some fun, though. Turn up with me. Here we go.
Suicide door, brand new bag. College girls give me in my raps. Rockstar life, so much money, I'll make you laugh. Hey, say hey, and you can't miss what you never had. Hey, hey, off the juice, got me tripping. Got the coupe, walker roof is missing. Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping. Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping.
What's poppin'?
What's poppin', everybody? How y'all day going so far? Let me know in the chat. My day's going pretty good right now, because I get to spend some time with you guys today. And you already know how we go. You already know how we do it. We turn it up. We have some fun. We have a good time. Positive vibes only. Good vibes only. Let's go.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that like Stockton. Just joshing. I'm spending this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10. I can put the ball in the end zone, put a bad bitch in the friend zone. This shit sound like an intro jet song, give me that tempo. Told Pooh he a fool with the shit. Told her don't let her friends know. In the building I move like a dime. Eating fettuccine, a Vincenzo's. Me and my amigos got that free smoke on the west coast. Yeah, I'm talking about pre-rolls. Dark hair, she look like she go.
DJ Sophia is in the building.
That's right. I am in the building. We all in the building right now. We all turning up. Turn it with me. I know y'all know this song. Here we go.
Drop in a stem, catch a wave on us. Take a shot, make a friend, just enjoy the moment. I'm blue sky walking on these haters. Celebrate every day like a birthday. Things come, give us that wait up. Don't wait to jump in too long. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up. No, don't sleep, you gotta stay up.
Beat my face, moving fast cause the Uber on the way. Taking pictures, make sure you can see no less. That week secured the money in a safe. I look like babe, now I'm on the way. Let you know when I'm about a mile away. When I'm outside, please don't make me wait. The party's starting when we pull up to the gate. Girl, we so late, I'm just with the crew. We ain't out here looking for blue. Cause some nights be better with you. It's a homely, softly kind of mood. It's not me on 100. Now drop off your baby, my fuck keep panicking. Ooh, ooh, that's just what I do. And that's just how we do it. Yeah, that's just how we do it. You like it what I do. Know how to keep it cool. And that's just how we do it. Yeah, that's just how we do it. And you can do it too.
Come on, everybody.
I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe you can show me how to love. Maybe I'm going through a drought. You don't even
Do remember, everybody. I am DJ Sophia. That was just the warm-up. We having some fun later. I promise. We having some fun.
Greetings, Brownsville community. My name is Dr. Mia Teresa Pate, and I am super excited to engage you all in this idea of financial literacy. So today we're going to learn about money, and I'm just so excited about that. Why is it important for us to ensure that we have good financial literacy? Big word, financial literacy. When we know and understand finance, we have power. We can manage everything from our households to our fun and leisure activities now as young people, but also into adulthood. So I want to make sure that you have your notebooks, your pens, your listening ears on, your eyes wide open, and learn all that you can learn so that you can manage your what? Your money. So, boys and girls, I'm signing out, but I'm super excited, and I'll see you in the virtual world.
Welcome to our Money Talks event. My name is Josephine Van Ness, and I am the proud Deputy Superintendent for District 23. Financial literacy is so important to learn about. I know that when I was in school, financial literacy wasn't something that I was taught. I was fortunate enough to learn a little bit about money through my parents, but when I went to school, no one talked to me about money. And you all have a great opportunity to learn about how money works from this age and stage in your life. I'll share a little story about when I was growing up and my first lesson with money. I remember I was consistently asking my parents for everything. Can I have money to buy the new Jordans? Can I have money to go out with my girlfriends? And at one point, my father sat me down and said, Josie, if you want things, you're going to have to save. We give you an allowance. Learn how to use that money to get the things that you want and you need. And it was mind-boggling to me. I said, well, I have parents. That's what you guys are here for, to get me what I want and need. But ultimately, what my father taught me was that when you get older, you're going to have to provide for yourself, and you're going to have to be responsible for money. And at that time, he taught me how to build a budget. He taught me how to build a financial plan. And I found myself being able to maximize on my allowance, to be able to have fun with my friends, but also buy some of the essentials that I needed growing up. As you navigate this session that focuses on how money works, I really want you to think about how you're going to use these concepts in your future. What goals do you have? Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Do you want to be able to take the money that you make and expand on that money through investments? Think about those things. What do you want for yourself? And think about the role that money will play in that. And really think about, how do you build great habits from now, great skills from now, so that when you get older and move into your future endeavors, you have a great financial sense. I hope that you enjoyed this very, very, very important session. And I look forward to learning with you all. Have a great day.
Cross my heart and hope to die with my slice of devil's spine.
Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Count it up, count it up.
Everyone, how are you? Today, guys, we are going to have some fun. So, today we are going to be talking about securing the bag, right? What does it mean to secure the bag?
My name is Caleb Joseph, and to secure the bag is to get the money, get a steady, keep the money flowing and coming into your account and get your money straightforward.
That's what's up. What does it mean to secure the bag with holes? What happens when there's holes in the bag that you secure? Because there's a lot of people in this world securing a bag, but their bag got a hole in it. So somebody tell me what happens when the bag got a hole in it.
When you have a secure bag but it has a hole in it, it means that like you have money but you keep spending it over and over again until like you don't have any.
That's right. So a lot of people are able to secure money, meaning they are able to make money, but they're not able to keep money, right? So that's what this whole thing is about today. Today, we're going to talk about the importance of financial literacy. What is financial literacy?
My name is Dylan Silverio. My school is PS298, and financial literacy is understanding money.
That's right. It's understanding money. So my next question is, what is money?
My name is Elton Rankin. I go to PS178, and money is a type of currency that is used around the world.
So speaking of money, I've got a few dollars here. Let's talk about it. Why is money important?
My name is Bryce, and I go to Brooklyn Landmark Elementary School. And money is important because it helps us buy objects and things that we need.
Money is important because it could support us financially and help us get things that we need.
So let me ask you another question. Are people treated differently who have a lot of money compared to people who don't?
My name is Joraya. My school is PS298. People that has a lot of money are treated different from the people that don't have a lot of money because they get nice houses and other people don't.
My name is Jolia Flores from PS298, and people with money are treated differently because of how much they have, and others can't afford what they have. So it's very different from what they have.
So somebody explain to me the difference between a rich person and a poor person.
A difference between a rich person and a poor person is that when you're rich, you can buy a lot of stuff and it makes you look good and people view you differently. But when you're poor, you don't have enough money to support yourself or buy nice things, and that can affect the way people view you.
We're able to make money by working and getting a job.
Okay. So Bryce said if we want to make money, we have to get a job.
Okay, my name is Nadia Talbot from PS298, and the way you can get money, either getting a job or starting a business.
Starting what?
A business.
A business. And what is it called when you start your own business? You become a what?
When you start your own business, you're either called a small business owner.
Or what's the other term? It starts with an E. Does anybody know the other term?
An entrepreneur.
Yes, it's called an entrepreneur.
Rich parents teach their kids the importance of money. Virtually all self-made millionaire or anyone who've achieved financial success believes that money is very important and is one of the first things they teach their kids about money. Rich parents often show how important money is regardless of whether they believe money is important for happiness or not. They know that money is important to have options and a better quality of life, even if they only consider money as a resource and nothing else. Most rich people understand that money gives them freedom, from the ability to choose their location for their next vacation to the freedom to choose where to live and even the ability to help others. They know that they can have a less financially stressful life when they have an abundance of money. The poor, on the other hand, rarely talk about money, and some even say that money is not important. This can affect their kids on the long term because they will grow up in a financially driven society while neglecting their financial life, all because they think of money as not important. Did you know that the daughter of former President Barack Obama had a normal customer service job? Many other wealthy people have their kids get a normal job. There are a few reasons for this, but one of them is to be able to have them experience the different ways money is earned and teach them how each of them work. For example, one of them is exchanging time for money, whether that is working on a job or freelancing. The second is to build systems that generate you money or having money work for you, like building a business and leveraging the time of other people as employees, leveraging online systems that provide automation, or using money to buy assets that generate income for you, which is illustrated in the book Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. The rich focus on understanding and teaching these principles to give their kids the freedom to not be stuck in only one way of making money, but give them the ability to learn the other ways money is made. On the other hand, most poor parents only know one way of making money, which is typically exchanging time for money, and sadly is the only thing they teach their kids, and they eventually grow up only knowing one way to make money, which limits their true earning potential.
How can you make your money make money? So how can your money make money for you?
Our money can make money by investing in stocks.
By investing in stocks. Wow, you're fancy. You move way ahead of the game.
You can make money by buying property.
Yes, by investing in real estate. So now I'm going to tell you about some personal stories. And I always feel like it's important to share stories because it makes it more relatable to you. Okay? So I want to tell you the story about my father, who is Hosea Davis. My father came from a really, really small town. He was one of 8 children and like a middle child, if that. And he grew up very, very poor. He would often tell us about they lived on a farm. His father was a sharecropper. And it almost seemed like life was hopeless for them because some nights they went to bed and didn't even eat. But let me tell you what my dad did. He graduated high school and then he went into the U.S. Army. And the reason why he went into the U.S. Army is because he felt that that was going to be a place where he could make money, right? And to get himself up out of poverty. And that he did. So my father worked and he would save the money that he made in the army. He ate very, modest. He lived modest and he began to save his money. And he ended up moving to New York with my mom. After he finished his education, he also went to school after the Air Force. And he ended up securing a job as a transit conductor. And then he went from that to a supervisor, right? But I want to tell you the trick here. Listen closely to what my dad did. My dad and my mom, when they married, they bought a home in Queens and they paid about $30,000 for that home, right? Can somebody guess? Let's start taking a guess. Guess how much that house is worth today.
Maybe 700,000.
Perfect answer. So the house is roughly worth 700,000. So they did what is called invested in something, right? So what is an investment? What does it mean to invest? So someone tell me, what does investing mean? What does it mean to invest?
So investing means like when you take your money and then put it in a business and then you take it back.
Okay, so that's a good answer. So guys, investing is taking money and putting it in a place where your money is working for you, okay? So your money is working for you. How do you make money with money in a bank? Can somebody explain that principle?
When you put your money in the bank, they pay you.
They pay you what? What do they pay you? What is it called?
They pay you interest.
Yes! They pay you interest. So what we do is something called invest. And how we invest is we put our money in places that will work for us. One of the places that you can put your money in is in the bank. And each month, when you put your money in a bank in something called a savings account, that savings account pays you something that's called interest. So in addition to the money that you have there, you make more money from the bank every month for having your money there. And that is called investing.
You know what this pandemic showed me, Joe? How our economy really works. Once again, I'm coming from the perspective of a young black man from the hood. I'm from the bottom. I don't know about stocks. I don't know nothing about investments. Never have, right? But I know through this pandemic, now that I'm at a point where I'm actually into stocks and I'm investing and putting a portfolio together, well, I really looked at the way that the world moves. I really looked at how we move as people. How are we still going? What are we using? This is what I said to my kids. I said, what are you still using? What do you mean? On a day-to-day, what do we have to use Tell me the things we have to use. Toothpaste. Who makes the toothpaste? They told me who made the toothpaste. Is that a company that you can invest in? Do you feel like everybody uses this toothpaste? If you do, that means that this is a company that's been successful and may be successful for a long time, because this is a necessary need of everyone. That's an investment, kids. What else do we use? What else do we use every day? Where do you go? What do you like? In the mornings, Starbucks. Is that an investment? Do you feel like everybody drinks Starbucks? We drink it all the time. Do you feel like everybody else does too? I think so. That's an investment. That's what you put money in because you feel like it's going to last, it's going to grow. What stores do we go to? Where are we always at? Target? How many people in Target when we go? A lot. Is that an investment? I guess. Why do you guess? At this point, you should know. We talk about it all the time. Why do you think it's an investment, Dad? Why do you think it's not? I'm talking to you about putting money in places where you feel like it's going to grow. Do you feel like Targets are going to shut down tomorrow? Or do you feel like they're going to open more stores? How do you feel? This is a thing that I watch. And this is a thing that I also watch people ignore. This is what's wrong with our world because we don't talk to people enough like this. We don't give them the simplicity behind the way we move and the way the world goes around. If we did get the simplicity, then we could have people taking $20 out their check and creating a portfolio. We could have people taking $40 to $50 out their check and putting it in said thing. Said stock, said thing. Whatever it is, you can be doing it at a younger age. You don't have to have the most crazy amount of money. It can start off with the smallest amounts of money, but you can learn it that can grow.
Now, someone else was really, really smart in the room, said that you can make money investing in real estate. Can anybody explain that concept? What does that look like?
So you basically buy a house, and then when someone buys it, they basically charge you, and then you buy the house back.
Okay, you a little advanced with it, but you skipping over a couple of steps. But I love the concept. Can anybody else tell me a little bit about real estate?
By charging rent.
So basically what Bryce said is that you can buy a property and then you can charge people rent for the property, right? And you can make money off of that.
I think you can make money from a real estate is by buying a house and making other people stay there and paying you for them living in that house that you have.
Correct. That is called renting. It's rental income. So you are making money off of the property by renting it to other people. Is there another way though to make money with real estate?
You could sell real estate.
Yes, right? So you can buy real estate for a low price, right? You can fix it up. Anybody watches HGTV? Flip the houses, where you fix up the houses and you make them really pretty and you sell them to other people. That's called being a real estate investor. You can buy property at low numbers and you can sell it for big money, right? And people become very rich by becoming real estate investors.
What about being a real estate agent?
Yes, that's another way. But being a real estate agent, you don't actually own the property, right? So you're selling someone's property and you're getting what is called a commission. Commission, guys, is when you earn money for selling something to someone else. So now we're going to move back into my dad. So I told you he was this really poor guy that owned a property, but he didn't just stop there, because that would have secured him financially, probably, but that wasn't it for him. You know what my dad did? He saved his money. He saved. And not only did he buy one property, he went and he bought another property. This time he bought a multi-unit property. Can somebody tell me what a multi-unit property is? What is that?
It's like it's a house where 2 or more families live in that house.
Correct. So what my dad did, he got smart. He bought a 4-family house on East 95th Street between Rutland Road and East New York in East Flatbush, right? And he bought that house for about $100,000 back then. And now let's look at what happened when he did that. When he bought that property, because there was other units in the building, he was able to make the money off of the other apartments that he rented, right? So he invested in real estate, and now he's renting out all 4 units. So after he pays his mortgage every month, he's able to pocket that money, and it's an additional income. So now he's getting income coming in, right, that he's adding on to his salary, right? So now, can somebody tell me what you think? That house is paid off as well now because it's 30 years later. So his renters, in essence, paid his mortgage. He didn't pay his mortgage. He just invested in the property, and now his renters paid his mortgage off. Can somebody tell me what you think that property is worth today?
I think at least maybe $1 million or more.
Correct. Today, that property is at least worth $1.4 million. So now my father is just he saved his money. He budgets his money. He's very funny about what he buys. And guess what he did? He went out and he did it again and again and again and again and again and again. And my father is a real estate investor who owns over 30 homes, right? And he's made millions of dollars. Why? Not because he's the smartest person on the block, not because he made the most money. He saved his money and he invested his money in something that could create generational wealth for his children. Somebody tell me, what is generational wealth?
It's money that your kids or their kids might earn.
So inheritance, what is an inheritance?
Is when you're born, the generation before you gives you money.
Correct, right? So black and brown people often leave their children with debt instead of an inheritance, right? So we have to change the table. I want each and every one of you in this room to think about generational wealth. What are you going to build up so that your kids and your kids' kids can remember you? What will you leave behind on this universe? So it starts with your mindset. So I got it from my dad. So I'm like, okay, hold on. So this is how you make your money make money. You can invest in things such as real estate.
I mean, investing is a whole range of things, first of all, because you can invest in real estate, which is something that's a lot more physical. So you have your physical investments, but either way, whatever you choose to invest in, because it really depends on you and what you want to do and what your goals are, just don't be afraid to take steps to doing that. Because let's say you want to invest in real estate, but you don't have enough money to buy a property. There are options today where you can invest in either companies who basically give away portions, or not give away, it's not free. So you can buy into portions of, it's like almost like shares, so of the property. And let's say you can take 1%, you can purchase 1%, or you can put in $500 or whatever it is, maybe there's a minimum, but basically you can then invest in real estate, and that's something physical, so you own a part of that property. And then they also have not companies, but crowdfunding real estate investments where people who invest in properties, parking lots, just random things, physical things. So you can also invest your money in that, and you can hold a share in that.
Right? Remember, I talked to you guys when we started this lesson about working smart and not hard. So let me teach you as a team how you can make money, right? Smart and not hard. So I taught a class at Van Sicklen Middle School last year, and it was a teen entrepreneurship class. And guess what I did? Each of my students, they got $100 for being a part of the class. And it was their job to make that $100 make money. Guess what they did? They went on a site called Alibaba.com. That is the Chinese Amazon. You can get things for super duper cheap. So my junior high school students, they had to create a budget, because I ain't just give nobody no $100. You got to show me a plan. I need to know how you going to make this money that I'm giving you make money. And they went on the site and they found different things that they could sell, right? So one of my students, she took her $100 and she bought cell phone cases that look like this. And on Alibaba, she was able to get the cases for 69 cents. And guess what she sold those cell phone cases for? Anybody take a guess?
$5.
$5. And some of them that she paid 99 cents for, guess how much she sold those for?
Like 10?
Yes! Okay? So my junior high school students found different products that they could buy and sell for cheap. Some of them did it in the neighborhood. Some of them sold them to friends. But then others got smart and they said, you know what? I'm going to sell my products on Instagram. I'm going to get a website. I'm going to sell my products through my website. So today, I am proud to say that I have helped, I would say now, close to 100 students as teens set up their own businesses, right? And my teens are making money now. Some are selling eyelashes, others are selling hats and t-shirts, others are selling cell phone cases, right? Because they learned the art of how to make money, right? So that's one of the things that you guys often don't necessarily learn in school. But I want you to know today that you could be a successful teen entrepreneur. I want you to know that you have an advantage. We are in the day of digital dollars, meaning YouTube. How many of y'all watch YouTube all the time and you look at the influencers on YouTube? Do you know that being an influencer on YouTube, you could make $1 million? It's possible, right? So with the digital age right now, especially since COVID-19 hit and all of these things happen, you can make money from home, even as a teen. Do any of you guys know what drop shipping is? All right. So I'm going to ask your superintendent to come back and give y'all a course, because I got to get y'all, I got to make sure y'all get leveled up out there in D23. Okay. Drop shipping is when you don't even have to pay for a product. You can set up an online business. You don't even purchase the products. They set it up for you. All you got to do is set up the website, and your website is linked up to your distributor, and they actually ship out all the products for you. All you got to do is promote. Is that amazing? So teens your age, they're home making tens of thousands of dollars, right? What's the difference between them and you?
They're taking advantage of their opportunities.
Yes, but guess what the difference is? Knowledge, information. Someone gave them the information, and that's the difference, right? When we speak about white privilege, right, we're speaking about people from other ethnicities. They train their children up on how to make money. Their children don't have to figure it out. They actually roll into it, right? So it's kind of like the same for my kids now. I learned how to do something. I spoke to you guys about my dad, but I watched my father do it. He showed me how to do it. And once I saw it, I knew what's possible, right? So when we know what's possible, we move different. We act different because we understand the difference between the rich and the poor is often information. And you guys live in the digital age. You live in an age where you can Google anything you want to know how to do. You don't have to wait for anybody to show you how to do anything. You want to do hair? Google it. You want to do nails? Google it. You want to do photography? Google it. While you're home, you can take advantage of the digital platforms that can help you get the information and the resources you need.
Annual Teen Entrepreneurship Explosion here in our borough this weekend. A chance for students, some who are at-risk teens, show off their businesses that they've started after participating in a 6-session workshop. News 12 Brooklyn's Emily Lorsch tells us more.
For these 23 students, this is more than just a showcase. It's a chance to look back and reflect on how far they've come.
I feel great. I feel motivated. I'm glad I have them because this is not a lot of 16-year-olds has a business and have a business license.
Haley Vanilla, who's from East New York, started her own business, Halo Pink's Cosmetics.
I supply lashes, lip scrub, which is natural, and lip glosses that's natural as well.
She says she wouldn't be where she is today if it wasn't for this 6-session workshop, thanks to a partnership between Partners Uplifting Daughters and Sons and council member Lewis, teaching these students how to launch and run their own businesses.
A lot of kids are just missing the opportunity, and many of our students just needed to know that they can. One thing for somebody to tell you you could do it, but it's another thing for someone to show you that you can do it.
And it seems That's exactly what the program director, Jamila Davis, has been doing for some of these students.
She motivates me. She is the person I look up to. She's my role model.
A program that's giving these students a chance to learn, engage, succeed, and even kickstart their careers.
Life-changing. I don't think the word is life-changing. It's more than life-changing.
In downtown Brooklyn, Emily Lorsch, News 12 Brooklyn.
Now I want to talk to you about credit, because credit is essential. What is credit, guys? Somebody tell me what credit is.
I think credit is points that you get, when you wait, for example, if you do something and you get, or you answer a question, you get it right, you get points for it.
Okay, so what is a loan? What is a loan?
You're borrowing money.
Correct. So credit is your ability to borrow money, right? So now I'm gonna ask you this question. If I give you $100 cash, or I give you an 800 credit score, which one will you take? Which one is going to be more valuable? The $100,000 cash or the 700 plus FICO score?
The credit score, because when you have a high credit score, companies are more willing to get you stuff.
It's the credit, guys. It's the credit. So I grew up in Jamaica, Queens, around a ton of rappers. I've seen a whole bunch of people become ball players and make all kind of money. But guess what they lacked? Credit. So all they had was the money that they had in the shoebox, right? Whereas a person who understood how to develop credit was able to go get millions of dollars. What did my dad do? He established his credit. His credit to this day, you can't play with my parents about their credit. They paying their bills on time, overtime, okay? Because if you pay your credit on time, now you have access. You have access to things that other people who do not have good credit have access to.
A loan from the bank?
Okay?
A car?
A car. Juliana, which could you get with good credit?
You can get your own store.
Yes, good answer.
I said an apartment. It will give you easier time for renting an apartment.
Yes, that's another thing, guys. Do you know when people who have bad credit try to go get an apartment, it is almost impossible? Who wants to rent to somebody that don't pay the bills? Once people run your credit and they be like, oh, nah. How many of y'all know when you fill out a job application, nowadays they running your credit, right? And you know, why does a employer think it's necessary to run your credit?
Because they think you're responsible.
Correct. Your credit is a reflection of your character. If I entrust you with something, what will you do with it? Chances are, if you don't pay your bills or you're not managing your money right, your character may not be good. That's not always the case, but that's a good gauging point for employer to see if you're responsible. So we're moving right along. So credit is important because it can help you get a house. It can help you get a car. It can help you get a vacation that you want to pay for, that you'll pay for later, right? Credit is everything, and it means more than cash. You can have whatever cash you have, that's as far as you're going to go. But credit will take you further places in life than where your cash can go. So what does that mean? You guys have to take care of your credit. How old are you when you can start getting credit? Does anybody know? What's the age? Kayla, what did you say?
13?
Nope. Who knows the age that you're supposed to be to legally get credit? Legally. 18. That is correct. So when you become 18 years old, now you're able to fill out applications because you are of legal age, and you can start getting credit cards, right? And one of the first and easiest credit cards to get is from student credit cards. So like Discover and MasterCard. As a student, they'll actually give you credit, right? But guess what? A lot of people don't have credit because they don't know how to build credit. So another thing that I want to later on teach you guys about is how to build credit. And you can build credit as simple as getting a Fingerhut card. Does anybody know what Fingerhut is? Fingerhut is the little book that comes in the mail. Your grandmother might have it, that has all the little stuff, and it says fill out this to get a credit card. That's probably one of the easiest credit cards that you could get. Another easy credit card is Macy's. Anybody know what Macy's is?
Yes.
Okay, Macy's or Bloomingdale's. they'll start you out with a $200 or a $300 limit, right? So it's important to know the places that you can go to get credit. Because a lot of times in Black and brown communities, when we put our name and our addresses down on things and we don't have credit, then they won't give us credit. So in order to establish your credit, you need to be able to set up accounts with companies that will and pay on time each month. So every month in the mail, you get a credit card statement. So on your credit card statement, it's a summary that gives you the amount of money you owe, how much interest you paid, what is your last payment. So a credit card statement is how you keep a track of what you owe a creditor. And each month you get it, right? And sometimes if you're smart, you'll put it on automatic payment. What is automatic payment?
I think it's like you don't like have to say, oh, get this money. Like as soon as you get the money, it goes to that person that needs the money.
That's right. So auto pay is when your paycheck or your income comes in on a certain day of the month, they automatically take the money back. So you don't have to remember to pay them the money. So auto pay is a way where you don't even have to remember. They come in every month and they take a certain amount out of your account. And that's a way to keep your credit on track, right?
Meet Selena. She recently loaned her best friend James $100, and they both agreed James would pay her back next month. Here's the problem. 3 months later, he still hasn't paid her back, and now James needs to borrow another $100. If you were Selena, would you lend James more money? Heck no, right? You only want to lend someone money if you knew they were good for it, and he clearly isn't. That's the basic idea behind credit. Before a lender will give you money, they want to know if you are good for it. In other words, they want to know your credit reputation. A good credit reputation tells lenders or creditors that you're likely to pay them back. A bad reputation tells them it might be risky to give you money. This is true with almost all debts, whether it's education, cars, credit cards, or houses. Why does this matter to you? Because at some point you will need to borrow money, and the amount of interest you get charged, or even if the lender will give you the loan or credit card, usually depends on how good your credit reputation is. A better reputation increases your chances and typically means a lower interest rate. A worse reputation typically means a higher interest rate, or you could actually be denied for the loan or credit card completely. To understand why this last point matters, take a look at this example of borrowing $15,000, financed over 5 years to buy a used car. Someone with a good credit reputation might get a lower interest rate, let's assume 6%. Someone with no credit reputation or a really bad one might be charged a higher interest rate, let's say 15%. So in this example, having a bad credit reputation will cost the borrower an extra $4,000 over the life of the loan. Need another reason to care about your credit reputation? Look no further than your employer. In the military, having bad credit can affect your security clearance, and that could impact your ability to get certain jobs. All this is to say that credit is important, and it will affect many things you'll want to do in the near future. By learning more about it, learning what a credit score is, what it means to have good or bad credit, and how you can improve your credit, you'll be able to take advantage of the many ways credit can positively impact your life.
Right? So now I just want to talk to you guys before we close out about the power of saving and budgeting. Why is it important to save money? Somebody explain to me, why is it important to save money?
I believe it's important to save money because if it's something that you can't pay at the moment right now, you should save your money up to get the exact amount and then pay the thing that you wanted to pay before you had the money.
You never know what time you're gonna need the money to use it. Like you might owe somebody something, but you might not have any money inside of your credit card, so you just use the money that you saved up.
Correct. And what about the story I told you about my dad? Why is it important to save money? What was he able to do because he saved money?
So he was able to let his money make more money.
Correct. When you save money, it helps you to be able to have enough money to invest. And then you can take the money that you invest and make that money make more money for you. So saving is what? Is it important?
Yes.
Yeah.
Super important, right?
Let's say that we have two people making $6,000 per month, but they have very different spending patterns. The first one gets their paycheck and pays his bills and enjoys his money going out, shopping, getting the newest phone and the latest TV, indulging in the finest restaurants, getting a new car, a nice house, and all of that nice stuff. They typically spend their money on things that make them look good and wealthy, but they actually come back home to bills and a lot of debt. They typically have little to no savings and have years of debt on their credit cards, car payments, and mortgage payments. They are stuck in the rat race and it will take years to get out. Now, let's see the second person. He also makes $6,000 per month, but this person does not buy a nice house or a nice car. He doesn't go out every weekend and he doesn't go to the fancy restaurants. He occasionally buys clothes when he needs them, but he doesn't follow the fashion trends every season. He lives on a $3,000 a month budget and puts away the other $3,000. By the end of the year, he has $36,000 and puts them into cash flow investments that increases his monthly income. He continues living on his $3,000 a month budget, and by the following year, he's able to invest not $36,000 but $40,000 since he increased his income into investments that generate cash flow. 10 years later, these two individuals will be in two completely different places, all due to their spending habits.
And now I want to talk to you about assets versus liabilities. Does anybody know what an asset is? What's an asset?
I don't know exactly. I wish maybe a person that's helping you pay the bill or something that's also that's enhancing your money to pay the things.
That's a good guess. So an asset is something that appreciates. Appreciates means what? To go up in value, right? So what is an asset, right? Let's think about something that the value increases over time. Can anybody think of something where the value increases over time? And we just talked about it in the example that I gave. What's a thing that increases over time?
Rent.
No, rent increases, but that's not an asset. That's something that you're paying out. Go ahead. What was you going to say, Nikilia?
Like prices of like buildings and stuff, like houses.
Right. So real estate is an asset. When you buy it, the property goes up and up and up and up and up. So it's an asset. It grows over time, and it's something that you eventually pay off after you pay your loan. So tell me what a liability is. That's an asset, and a liability is the direct opposite. What is a liability?
A liability that takes away your money.
Correct. It's something that takes away your money, right? It's something that depreciates, right? So I'm not going to say that because sneakers now become collectible items, but in general, when you buy clothes, it's a liability. It's something it's not going to go up per se, right? It's just something that you spend out. What about a car? Is a car an asset or a liability? If you buy a car.
I can say like it's a liability.
Correct. And why is it a liability, Caleb?
Because when cars like get older, they go down in price instead of up.
And what does that term mean? What does it mean when it goes down in value? What is that called? It's to depreciate. So anything that depreciates in value is a liability. Anything that increases in value, right, is an asset. So the goal of the game is to have assets, more assets than you do liabilities. That's how you become financially free. So this is my question to you all now before we close out. What does it mean to be financially free? And why is it important?
To be financially free means that if you have enough money to do the things that you want and like live life to the fullest, basically.
Correct. And Marcus, could you say your name and what school you're from?
What it means to be financially free is that you don't have to depend on anyone, and also you can actually do things on your own financially without needing someone else's help.
Nice.
When you're financially free, money is not like the thing you have to worry about right now. You can have more time to worry about personal things, and you don't have to worry about your job to making sure you have enough food on the table.
I think to be like financially free means to like you won't have to worry about like your bills not being paid or your credit score going down because you have money saved and you also have money that's going towards those things, so you don't have to worry about it.
Thank you so much for sharing. So guys, this class was all about securing the bag. How do we get to it, right? How do we do it? Now, obviously, we want to get our education. Education is very important. It puts us in positions to get great jobs, but we don't want to just be working for people for the rest of our lives. We want our money to be working for us, right? We want our money to work for us, and that is the way that we become rich.
In 1997, when I released Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that book caused a bit of an upset because I said, your house is not an asset. So in today's world, if you want to be rich, you have to know the difference between assets versus liabilities. One of the reasons so many people are struggling financially today is simply because they're calling their liabilities assets, such as your house is not an asset, your car is not an asset, and things like that. So very simply, when I was a young boy, my rich dad taught me, he says, you have to understand a financial statement. So this is an income statement, this is a balance sheet. Now, this is overly simplified. He says, what creates something to be an asset is very simply assets, cash flow money into your pocket. And a liability takes money from your pocket. So for most people, their houses are not assets or liabilities because every month it takes money to live in that house. Even those who say, well, I don't have any debt on my house, I've paid it off. Look, you still have insurance, you still have upkeep, you still have maintenance. So let me explain this. If this is a house and I rent the house out and every month it's putting money in my pocket more than my expenses, then that house is an asset. Now that very same house, if it goes unrented or somebody trashes it or whatever they do, that very same house can be a liability. So a house can be an asset or a liability depending upon the most important word in business. It's called cash flow. Once again, if cash flows into your pocket, it's an asset. If cash flows out, it's a liability. I'm not saying don't buy a house. I'm just saying don't call a liability an asset.
So this is a good introductory class to ways that you could make money as teens, and it's just a shift of mindset. It's going to make your thinking different. So with that said, I want to close out with each of you saying something that you learned out of today's class.
I learned more creative and smart ways to make money and secure the bag as a teen.
I learned about assets and liabilities, I think. Liabilities, and I also learned about ways to make money, like that website, and how to save.
I learned about assets and depreciation and how things might go up and down in value, and it's important to have more things that go up in value so you can earn profit from it.
Well, one thing I learned today was it's a way that you can make a lot of money without trying as hard as other people do. You can be more successful without trying as hard.
I learned different ways how to gain money and how that I don't have to be working for people the rest of my life.
I learned that there's a lot of fun and energetic, creative ways to make money, and also it's how responsible financially you have to be with your money, because if it gets if you waste your money on unnecessary things, you will pay the price.
I learned that sometimes a 700 plus credit score is better than a certain amount of money.
I learned what an asset is.
I learned that you could be smarter, you could work smarter, not harder, and get money as a teen instead of waiting till you're grown enough.
All right, let's clap it up. All the scholars in the building. You learned something today. You got some energy from this particular town hall celebration. Clap it up. So I want to thank each and every one of you for participating.
Welcome back. Do remember, I am DJ Sophia on all social media at DJ Sophia Rock. You know what? Let me know down below in the live chat what's your favorite part of the event. But right now, you already know how we turn up. You already know how it goes down. Do remember, I am DJ Sophia. We getting ready to turn up. Let's go, let's go.
Blue cheese, I swear I'm addicted to blue cheese. I got twisted to sleep like blue sleep. Come by my chicken like it's a two-piece. You can have your bitch, your groupie. She just all my kids in a two-seat. Swagged out, swagged out, swagged out, swagged out, swagged out, swagged out, out. Brand new whip, brand what's poppin'? 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 Brand new whip, brand what's poppin'?
DJ Sophia.
Brand what's poppin'? Brand new whip, brand what's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options, I can pass that like Stockton. Just joshing, I'm spending this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10.
You're in the mix with DJ Sophia, the youngest in charge.
That's right, I am DJ Sophia, the youngest in charge. Let's go.
Hold the game, I was the mob, what was you thinking? Remember the days and that was harder, been thinking. I put a 4 in a 20 ounce and been drinking. If you with the squad, I give you my Harlan. I mean, yeah. I was fighting some demons in the field I'm deep in. I was raised in the deep end. I know be sinking. Take a go deep in, but I give it back while you tweaking. Come around with that rah-rah, we leave you dead on the cement.
This next one right here. If y'all cameras aren't on, I need y'all to turn them on. Because I know we all know the stance. Y'all ready? Let's go.
Wait. Renegade. Go. Got one. Go. Oh, go. Yeah. Let's go. Go. Cash on me, like I hit the lottery. Trip, watch on how they follow me. Wait, honey's blue, yeah, I got them all on me. Go, let's go. Prada shoe, yeah, I keep a style on me. Pretty freaks, make them big pile on me. I swear, rat party, I got 30 thou on me right now. Go. Let's go. To my cake, all these want a piece. Send it red.
We in it right now. I told y'all we turn it up.
Diamond choke, VVS, I can't breathe. Go. Let's go. Go. Let's go. Go. Let's go. Go. Let's go. Let's go.
DJ Sophia is in the building.
We in the building right now. We all rocking, we all jamming, we all vibing right now. Let's keep this positive energy going. Let's go.
Yeah, I miss you, but I got no time for that. How could you wish you never play me? Had no time for that. Damn. Claim it, you my lady, got no time for that. How could you moving like you crazy? I ain't call you back down. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. When it's about to bust down, leave me
This your boy D-Lo, Bob King, and I'm about to deal with something new for y'all. You know, everybody dance, they do their thing, but this that bet you can't do it like me challenge. Let's go like ooh, hey, turn up. Ooh, hey, turn up. Ooh, hey, turn up. Nothing makes it got another hit. Best can't whip like me, can't really rock like me, can't sexy walk like me, can't hit the corner like me. Hey, best can't drop like me, can't hit the folks like me, can't nay like me, can't D-Lo shuffle like me. Like no, bitch can't do it like me. Bitch can't do it like me. No, bitch can't do it like me. Bitch can't do it like me. No, bitch can't do it like me. Bitch can't do it like me. No, bitch can't do it like me. Bitch can't do it like me.
DJ Sophia.
Suicide door, brand new bag. College girls give it in my raps. Rockstar life, so much money, I'll make you laugh. Hey, they hate and you can't miss what you never had. Hey, off the juice, got me tripping. Got the coupe, walker roof is missing. I
got some 60s in my bag. Lips sealed, like pillow talking on no rag. In my earlobe, got 2 carats, VVS. Got a penthouse near Rodeo, I was stressed. All this money when I grew up, I had nothing. Filled with backstabbing, my whole life is disgusting. Can't believe it, gotta thank God that I'm living comfortably. Getting checks I don't believe, but she say she done with me. Burn some bridges and I let the fire light the way. Kicking my feet up, left the PJs on a PJ. Young a big dog and I walk around with no leash. I got water on me, yeah, everything on Fiji.
DJ Sophia. I know y'all know this one. Y'all ready?
Ready to get started. I got no sticks, go hit the plug. Ride around with folk, call me Coke. 24, can't fuck her no more. That little shit, she do the most. I get the groove on every time I see them folk. I got it on the door, thinking that's something you need to know. I'm smooth and cold, she know my wrist on fold. Skinny jeans on, with a big bang roll. She playing my song, I gotta take it off the thong.
DJ Sophia is in the building.
If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's up, then it's I know that's right. Up, then it's up. If it's up, I know that's right. Up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's up. Up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's up. Once upon a time, and I heard that I was ugly. Came from a chick who wanna touch. I said my
DJ Sophia is in the building.
Keep it moving right now. DJ Sophia live in the mix. Let's go, let's go.
I beat my face, moving fast cause the Uber on the way. Taking pictures, make sure you can see no less. That wig secure like the money in a safe. I look like babe, now I'm on the way. Let you know when I'm not a mile away. When I'm outside, please don't make me wait. The party's starting when we pull up to the gate. Girl, we so late, I'm just with the crew. We ain't out here looking for boo. Cause some nights be better with you. It's a homie, something, calling a mood. And tonight we on 100. Don't try to fuck up, baby, my thoughts keeping it cute. Ooh, that's just what I do. And that's just how we do it. Yeah, that's just how we do it. You like it what I do. Know how to keep it cool. And that's just how we do it. Yeah, that's just how we do it. And you can do it too.
Do remember everybody, I am DJ Sophia. You all were excellent today. You all were awesome. And do remember to hit that follow button on all social media at DJ Sophia Rocks. Thank you all for joining us today. Peace out. Please stay safe and have a great rest of your day.